Namaste Gurukulians. Today in this video we will start chapter 7 of class 10 mathematics, that is coordinate geometry. Coordinate geometry was there in class 9 also, and the things you might have learned in coordinate geometry, that if we divide a plane into 4 parts by drawing two mutually perpendicular axes, and we name them x axis, y axis, and this is origin, and these parts are called quadrants. This is first quadrant, this is second quadrant, third quadrant, and this is fourth quadrant. This thing you might have heard in class 9. Now, if I take a point, suppose a point P is there, the heading is coordinate geometry. Okay, suppose I take a point P here, and this point is having coordinates 4, 3. It means what? It means if I draw a perpendicular on x-axis from this point, then this, the value of x, indicates that this distance from origin is 4 units. This distance is 4 units, that is why this point is having 4 as abscissa. We call it abscissa. The x coordinate of any point is called abscissa, and the y coordinate is called ordinate. And the value of ordinate is 3. It means what? It means if I draw a perpendicular on y axis from this point, if I draw this perpendicular, then this distance from origin will be 3 units. This distance is 3 units. Okay? So, this distance is 4 units, that is why abscissa is 4. This distance is 3 units, that is why ordinate is 3, and the coordinates are 4, 3. Okay? These things we have learned in class 9, coordinate geometry. If you are not aware of these things, so I would suggest you to go back in class 9 and revise those chapters, that how to plot a point and what is ordinate, what is abscissa, what is origin, quadrants, okay, and plotting the points. It is generally, I think, done in 9th and 8th class also. So, go through those things clearly and then go with this chapter. Now, what is new in 10th class? In 10th class coordinate geometry, we will begin with distance formula. Distance formula. What is distance formula? Suppose 2 points are given and we need to find distance between them. So, for that, let us consider 2 points. Let this is a point P having coordinates. Suppose this is point P, coordinates are x1, y1. These are the coordinates of point P. And here somewhere we have a point, let it be point Q, and the coordinates are x2 and y2. Okay, and we need to find distance between them. We need to find distance between these 2 points. This is our x axis, this is y axis, and this is origin. We need to find this distance PQ. So, how can we find? So, if this point is having coordinates x1 and y1, then if I draw a perpendicular on x axis from this point, so this distance will be x1, this distance is x1. equal to this abscissa, and if I draw perpendicular on y axis from this point, this, then this distance will be y1, this distance is y1. Similarly, if I draw perpendicular from this point on x axis, so this distance is x2 from here to here, and on y axis this distance might be, on y axis this distance from here to here, this is y2, from this point to this, okay. But we need PQ, so I am extending this line to this point. Let this point be PQR. So this must be perpendicular. Now we have a right angle triangle PQR. This triangle is right angled, and what about this distance? This distance will be equal to this distance, okay, and this is x1, this total is x2, so this gap is x2 minus x1. This gap is x2 minus x1, and same will be this one. So this PR is equal to x2 minus x1, okay. Now look here, this total distance is y2, this much is y1, so what about this? This gap will be y2 minus y1, this one from here to here. So this gap is y2 minus y1, this much, and same will be QR. So QR is equal to y2 minus y1, okay. Now in this triangle PQR, now in triangle PQR, using Pythagoras property, if we use Pythagoras property, what will happen? PQ square is equal to PR square plus QR square. So PQ square is equal to PR is x2 minus x1, this is x2 minus x1 whole square, plus QR is y2 minus y1 whole square. Then what is distance PQ? Taking square root, so it will become root over x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. So this is nothing but distance formula. So this formula is called distance formula. By using this formula, we can find the distance between 2 points. What is the required condition? Condition is that their coordinates must be given. If the coordinates are given, then we can find the distance between given points, okay. So this formula is called distance formula. This was the derivation of this. Now using this formula, we will go with exercise 7.1. Okay, let us see what is exercise 7.1. One more thing here, we are taking whole square. So if I do x1 minus x2 then whole square, so there is no problem. So x1 minus x2 whole square or y1 minus y2 whole square. We can write this formula in this way also. Means x1 minus x2 whole square, y1 minus y2 whole square, or x2 minus x1 whole square and y2 minus y1 whole square. Anything we can write. So there is no difference in writing x1 or x2 before. Now we'll start exercise 7.1. Exercise 7.1. First question, first part. What is given? Find the distance between the following pair of points. So we are given 2 points 2, 3 and 4, 1. So these 2 points are given and we need to find the distance between these 2 points. So how can we find? Suppose this point is A and this point is B and we need to find AB. So for that we have a formula that AB is equal to x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square and whole under the root. This is the formula. Now what is x1 and x2 here? If I take this one as x1 y1, these are x2 y2, then what is the value of x1? x1 will be 2 and x2 will be 4. So AB is equal to root over, this will be 4 minus 2, 4 minus 2 squared, then plus 1 minus 3, 1 minus 3 squared. So AB is equal to root over, this will be 2 square plus minus 2 square. So it will be equal to root over, this 2 square will be 4 plus minus 2 square will also be 4. So it becomes AB is equal to root over 8 and 8 can be written as root over 4 into 2. And what is the square root of 4? 2. So we can write it as 2 root 2 units. This will be the answer. Similarly, we can do second part and similarly third part. I think all the parts are same. Third part I am going to solve now. Part 3. What is part 3? Given points are let A is equal to A is AB and B is minus A minus B. These are the given points and we need to find distance between these 2 points. So how can we find? Again, let this be, now see, we can take any of them as x1 y1. So if I take this one as x1 y1 and if I take this as x2 y2, so what is the difference by taking this? I will subtract x2 minus x1, so A minus of minus A, it will become plus A. So let us see, therefore distance AB is equal to root over, what is formula? x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Okay, I have taken this as x2. So this minus of minus this. So it will become, so AB is equal to root over A minus minus A whole square plus this will become B minus minus B, B minus minus B whole square. So it will become AB is equal to root over, this will be A plus A, that is 2A, it will become 2A square plus this will also be 2B square. So it will become AB is equal to root over 4A square plus 4B square and 4 we can take common, root over 4 is taken common, A square plus B square. So what is the square root of 4? The square root of 4 is 2, so we can write AB is equal to 2 will come out and then root over A square plus B square units. So this will be the answer. Okay. Similarly, part 2 you can do on your own. Now Question number 2. What is question number 2? Find the distance between the points 0, 0 and 36 and 15. And can you now find the distance between two towns which are given in this section? So again, 2 points are given. One is 0, 0 and second is 36 and 15. Easily you can find by using distance formula. So 36 square plus 15 square under the root, that will be the answer. So you can do it easily by applying the same formula. Then third is determine if the points 1, 5, 2, 3 and minus 2, minus 1 are collinear. We have to check whether the given points are collinear or not. Okay, for that we will do one thing. We will check the distance of these points and then we'll decide whether they are collinear or not. Question number 3. Question number 3. Given points are, let it be, A is 1, 5, B point. Namings are not given, these point names are not given, but I am writing the names on my own so that it becomes easy for me to decide the distances. Okay. So second point I have given name as B, it is 2, 3, and third point I have given the name as C, this is minus 2, minus 11. Okay. So I need to find whether these points are collinear or not. First I will find the distances. AB is equal to what? Distance of A and B. So I am directly writing the formula, putting the values. 2 minus 1, so it will be 1 square, plus 3 minus 5, so it will be minus 2 square. Okay. So it becomes root over, this is 1 plus 4. So it comes out to be root 5. Okay. This is AB, root 5 units. Fine. Now I will find the distance BC. BC is equal to, now what is distance BC? Minus 2 minus 2, so it will be, see, minus 2 then minus 2, so it will become minus 4 square, plus minus 11 minus 3, it will become minus 14 square. Okay. So it is equal to root over, minus 4 squared will become plus 16, plus minus 14 squared, it will become positive 196. So it becomes root over, if I add them, so it will be 212 units. Now I will find CA or AC, distance between A and C. Distance of A and C. So for that, minus 2 minus 1, minus 2 minus 1, so it will become minus 3 squared plus minus 11 minus 5, so it will become minus 16 squared, x2 minus x1 and y2 minus y1. This is x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1. This formula I am applying here. So it is equal to root over, again minus 3 squared will be minus 3 squared, it will be 9, plus minus 16 squared, it will be 256. Now if I add them, it will be root over 265 units. Now see, If points are collinear, A, B, C, collinear means they are on same line. If points are collinear, then AB plus BC must be equal to AC, isn't it? AB, this distance, plus this distance must be equal to AC. Okay, if these distances are equal to AC, then these points are collinear. Now, here if we add them, although they are irrational number, this is irrational number, so we add, we find some irrational number. Now, suppose this is this will come approximately 2 point something, and here it will come in decimals. You need to find the values. Then here this will come around 14 point something, and this will come around 16 point something. But as we know that these will be again irrational numbers and then irrationals, so clearly if we add them by finding in decimals also, so AB plus BC will not come equal to AC here. Root 5 then plus root 212 will not come out equal to root 265. So directly we can write, as we add them we are not getting this. So therefore AB plus BC is not equal to AC. Therefore given points are not collinear. These points are not collinear. If they are collinear, then this will come out equal to AC. Okay? So this way we can decide whether the given points are collinear or not. Now question number 4. Check whether 5 minus 2, 6, 4 and 7 minus 2 are vertices of isosceles triangle or not. Again 3 points are given. We are given for fourth question A, B, C, 3 points will be given. Similarly, we will find AB, BC and AC. If two sides are coming equal, then it is isosceles, and if two sides are not coming equal, then it is not isosceles. Okay, so you have to do this question on your own. Easily you can do by finding the distances likewise, AB, BC and AC. Find all three sides. If any two sides are equal, then it is isosceles, and if it is, the two sides are not equal, then it is not isosceles triangle. Then next question number 5. Question number 5, what is given? In a classroom, 4 friends are seated at points A, B, C and D as shown in the figure. Figure is given and 4 friends are sitting on the points A, B, C and D. So, this figure is given. So, in this figure, first we are to find the coordinates of given points. A points coordinates will be 3, 4, and for point B coordinates will be 6, 7. Point C coordinates will be 9, 4, and for point D coordinates will be 6, 1. Okay, first thing that you will find the coordinates. Then what is given? Champa and Chameli walk into the class, and after observing for a few minutes, Champa asked Chameli, "Don't you think that ABCD is a square?" Then Chameli disagrees. Using distance formula, which of them is correct? So we have to find which of them is correct, whether ABCD is square or not. Okay, what we have to do in this question? Question number 5. Point A is given. I am just giving you the hint that how to do. Okay, then you have to do it on your own. Point A coordinates are 3, 4. Point B coordinates are 6, 7. Point C coordinates are 9, 4. Point D coordinates are 6 1. Okay, first we will find all sides, that is we will find AB, we will find BC, we will find CD and we will find AD. All four sides we will find. Okay, and then we will find diagonals, that is AC and BD. Using distance formula which we have learned, using distance formula you will find AB, BC, CD, AD, AC and BD both diagonals. Okay, if all four sides are equal, and both diagonals are equal, if all four sides are equal and both diagonals are equal, then ABCD is a square. Otherwise it is not a square. Okay, so you have to find these things. If all four sides are equal, these four are equal and these two are equal, then we will say that it is a square, otherwise it is not a square. Clear? Similar is question number 6. Question number 6, name the type of quadrilateral formed if any by the following points. Again 4 points are given. Same way we will find this, all four sides and two diagonals, and then how can we find decide the type of quadrilateral? Types of quadrilateral. Simple quadrilateral means different sides and different diagonals. Okay, so special quadrilaterals, suppose parallelogram, what will happen? Opposite sides equal and diagonals not equal. So I am writing sides and diagonals. Okay, so opposite sides equal and diagonals not equal, then it will be parallelogram. Then second, rectangle, opposite sides equal and diagonals are also equal. Opposite sides are equal and diagonals are also equal, then it is rectangle. Then third, rhombus, all sides equal and diagonals are unequal, diagonals are not equal, then it is rhombus. Then fourth, square, all sides equal and diagonals are also equal, then it will be a square. So this way we can find whether the given quadrilateral is of which type. Okay, if no opposite sides are equal, all are different, so simple quadrilateral we can write. So till question number 6 you will do by watching this video. In next video we will discuss other questions which are remaining from this exercise 7.1. So that's all for today. Next question we'll see in the next video. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.